This week's top 5. There's trouble in the bourbon industry. Brown-Forman is cutting 12% of its global workforce.
That includes 200 jobs here in Louisville. This story comes in at number 1. In a statement, the bourbon giant says it will close its Louisville barrel-making operation by April 25th. That will impact 210 hourly and salary employees. The company will offer severance, outplacement services, and benefits. Barrels will now be sourced from an external supplier. The union president for some of the barrel makers losing their jobs says it cuts deep considering Kentucky's rich bourbon history. The company has also restructured its leadership team and is expected to make $30 million in the sale of the Cooperage assets. Some experts question whether the bourbon industry has peaked.
And it could be a problem if tariffs return. This is number 2. The Kentucky Distillers Association says bourbon production is at its highest level ever. But yet tequila, non-alcoholic spirits, and even cannabis are taking a bite from bourbon consumerism. The industry is also facing a 50% tariff from the European Union. It's scheduled to take effect March 1st. If it does, experts say we can expect a large surplus of bourbon here at home.
So all this growth, billions and billions of dollars of growth that's happened in the last decade, all that was geared towards the international market, because you can't make bourbon overnight, right?
It is important to note distillers did survive a 25% European Union tariff in 2018. There's been another guilty plea in the case against former Clark County Sheriff Jamie Noel and his family.
Like with Jamie Noel, there were more tears in the courtroom during the sentencing. This is number 3. On Monday, Jamie Noel's daughter changed her plea. 28-year-old Kasey Noel pleaded guilty to theft and tax evasion. Special Judge Larry Medlock accepted the plea and sentenced Kasey Noel to 5 years, but the majority of it can be served on home or probation. She will end up only serving 4.5 months in Harrison County Detention Center. As she was handcuffed and taken to jail, her mother broke down and had to leave the courtroom. Kasey Noel was also ordered to pay more than $100,000 in restitution. A lawsuit claims Meade County officials prevented a mother from attending her 5-year-old son's funeral.
This comes in at number 4. The lawsuit was filed this week on behalf of this woman, Kayla Irwin. Irwin and her boyfriend, Daniel Clemens, were arrested and charged in the death of Irwin's 5-year-old son in January of 2022. The lawsuit claims Meade County Sheriff Philip Wimpy and others rushed to judgment before due process. It ended up Clemens was convicted of murdering the child, but the charges against Irwin, the mother, were dismissed. A new lawsuit says Irwin spent 9 months in jail and was publicly branded a child killer. Irwin was on home incarceration for 9 months after her release from jail. And rounding out the top 5, the iconic Johnny Cash song Ring of Fire is also the name of a Kentucky lottery scratch-off.
And a Louisville family is thanking the country artist after they won a $100,000 reward. This is number 5. Janita Carter says she picked out a $5 Ring of Fire scratch-off ticket because it's one of her favorite songs. She won the game's top prize, taking home $72,000 after taxes. Now she's praising Johnny Cash for the inspiration to play. Carter says she hopes to move and buy a car with her winnings. Congratulations to her. Hopefully she gets a sweet new ride.
Oh, yeah. Blast that song. Down, down, down in the burning ring of fire.
Turn it up. That's your top 5 recap.
Thanks for joining us, and be sure to see us right here on WDRB Plus each weekday.